Hello, welcome to Off Grid Thoughts channel. In this video, I've got a couple of Delco 12SI rectifiers. I just got these new mailed to me from a seller on eBay, and that seller is like a U-Haul repair center. And when I bought these, their eBay store name was I forget the exact store name, but it was like a U-Haul sales name. And then by the time these were in the mail, uh, what happened was they changed their store name to, like, I think it was like U-Haul Repair or something. I can't remember, but I was really happy to get these rectifiers because these are the heavy duty version for the for the 1-ton Chevrolet U-Haul trucks of the 80s, which is really amazing that they still had these on their shelf. And, I wasn't looking for these like, from a U-Haul place or anything like that. I was looking this up by part number. And depending on the year of manufacture, a lot of these, they came as 50 amp diode buttons or 70 amp diode buttons, but nevertheless, 50 amps is pretty heavy duty. So is 70 is going to be your most heavy duty, and you can still get reproduction 70 amp diodes, rectifiers, or you can get the 50, but they're kind of pricey. These I got at a very low price, and at a minimum, I know that based on part number, these are at least 50 amp diodes. They might be 70s for all I know, but my amp requirement for the alternators that I'm rebuilding, the 12SIs, is not really that high. I don't really need high amp alternators for that application that I'm doing, but it's nice to have heavy duty rectifiers that will conceivably might last much longer than ordinary. So this was a really fortunate find at a low price. So I that's what I've been doing for quite a few years too, is collecting alternators, new and used, taking them apart, inspecting them, rebuilding them. And yes, I always take apart my alternators, uh, even if they're brand new. Just to have a look at them, see what's going on inside. Uh, you know, and I've got this one particular 12SI alternator I'm going to be rebuilding as a project pretty soon here. I meant to get to that late last year, but I got busy and didn't really get to it. But it is interesting how sometimes you can find parts that uh, you can use that's new old stock. I mean, it's perfectly fine to use clone parts too, or reproductions, but this was a lucky find on eBay, and I'm real happy about this. I think I got these in the mail yesterday, but yeah, I'm probably gonna be putting up a couple more videos. I've still been gathering parts to finish off my off-grid fuel generator fuel tanks. Um, I've gathered a couple of things, but I need to even gather some more. But I'll be having a couple of videos about those tanks that I've done things to so I can have them last longer and it'd be more serviceable. And again, like these are in excellent condition. I just have to take a rotary wire wheel and kind of clean any tarnish off of these connections. Other than that, these are brand new. They've just been sitting on the shelf, probably since the 1980s. Incredibly lucky find. Um, there's a little box, and there's two of them in there. They had the box like stapled, kind of old school. So that was interesting. Um, but I kind of want old school parts. I want old school equipment, and that's really what I'm doing. With my homemade gasoline generators, is I'm I'm building those so they're serviceable. And it'll keep my costs lower. I'll keep a few extra parts on hand, so I don't have to go buy an alternator. I can, conceivably just swap out a part inside of the alternator that goes bad, and that's kind of part of my plan for my off-grid equipment. So it takes a lot of time investment to do this stuff, and some people would probably rather not do that. But I'm not one of those people. I want to, I've been putting in the time for many years, so that should serve me well in my last years. I'll be able to, uh, I'll be able to pretty much, have backup alternators for my generators. Uh, So if one alternator goes out, I put the other one on, and then I can fix the alternator that went down without buying a completely new alternator. Um, so that's kind of what I wanted to show everybody. And sometimes you can get unexpected parts from different sources. Um, and all this depends on how deeply you want to get into the fixing of things. Some people don't really want to fix anything. They just want to, and there's nothing wrong with it. Have something ready made for you. Um, you might have equipment that is more efficient than what I'm going to do. Um, but for me, I just want my stuff to be serviceable for myself. I don't want to have to send something back in or send something out to be repaired. Um, so that's part of it for me. Is I've already invested a lot of time. I probably will invest some more time to finish up the alternators that I already have, but I've already rebuilt many of them, and I'm well on my way to being, I would say, fairly self-sufficient when I do decide to make that leap to, be off grid. Um, well, I'm going to end the video there, and take care out there, everybody. Don't give up on your off grid dreams. Until the next video. God bless.